Hey you geeks! A few weeks back, the Dragon Prince fandom was finally given a teaser for Season 4, The Mystery of Aaravos. This has been a long time coming, since Season 3 was released back before I had a decent microphone to record videos for this channel. That was the fall of 2019, 3 years and 1 apocalypse ago. Yet I continued to make Dragon Prince content despite the slump. Now, not only did we get a teaser, but we got a poem called Midnight Star and a short story entitled Patience! Anyone who says patience is a virtue, I will duel in the comments section. Though I admire the writer's acknowledgement of the fans' feelings and incorporating them into the story. From these limited releases, I will now conjecture as to what exactly the mysteries of Aaravos may contain. Something to do with stars, his imprisonment, and a plan for revenge. Spoilers through all released content of The Dragon Prince. Stars.
Look at the stars.
The teaser shows Aaravos unfurling a map of the stars, just as he has been unfurling a map of Zadia for the intro of the first 3 seasons of The Dragon Prince. Season 1 had begun with Aaravos' story time.
Long ago, Zadia was one land.
Though we didn't know it at the time. So I predict that the short story Patience is going to be somehow retold as the opening of Season 4. It makes sense that Aaravos has a fascination with the stars, as he is a star-touch elf, a rare kind of elf few have ever seen. Though we have seen one other, that guy, in the opening scene of Episode 1. Star-touch elves are elves who are naturally born with the primal magic of the stars. A magic which seems rather aloof for those not born with the talent, as the poem tells of Ilarion.
Far, far away from the city of Ilarion.
And the city's plea to the stars in her moments before Sol Regnum attempted to barbecue her. Ilarion, frightened waif, reached bone-white branches to the night. The stars, she asked, their light to cast and stop the dragon's fiery might. Ilarion, unworthy whelp, wept as the stars turned black the sky. They donned their masks, they turned their backs, and left Ilarion to die. According to the poem, things weren't looking so good for Ilarion until Aaravos reached down a helping hand from the sky to save them all. Just as he does in the teaser. Ilarion, black-eyed child, her twisted roots spread deep and far, the human's might, and sparked by the light of Aaravos, her midnight star. Hence why the poem calls him a midnight star. Technically, if Aaravos is supposed to be the opposite of a star, a black-hearted creature who sucks everything into him and never lets them go until they are obliterated, then he should be called a black hole, though I'm not sure Zadia has discovered those yet. Of course, astute viewers realize that Aaravos isn't really helping, and in the short story Patience, we learn his plan that he has officially sworn revenge on the stars for locking him away. Imprisoned. In Patience, Aaravos tells us about the stars' history with humanity. The humans learned to wait. They stared into the inky black above, patiently waiting for the stars to share their knowledge, their guidance, their brilliant light. And one day, the heavens finally reached for them, held them, blessed them. The humans rejoiced. We are saved, they cried. The stars have finally answered us. We were right to be patient. We were right to wait. Thus humans had access to star magic once long ago, but not anymore. Certainly not after Ilarion. From a flashback, we can guess that Aaravos was one of the Star Touch elves to share their knowledge with humans.
Who gave you the staff?
One of the great ones.
But the poem adds another layer of complexity to Zadia's history. Originally, Aaravos told us that humans discovered dark magic, then were cast out of elven society.
Horrified by what they saw, the elves and the dragons put a stop to the madness.
And the stars the short story refers to may be his fellow Star Touch elves, along with the other magical races. We know that there was an ancient Star Touch elf who was not Aaravos. We see him wearing a similar crest on his chest, but Aaravos's is inverted and blackened in the middle, indicating that Aaravos has an upside down and darkened understanding of the star arcanum. But the poem implies that humans only turned to dark magic when the Star Touch elves ceased sharing their knowledge. I do wonder what knowledge the stars did share. Did they truly share their whole arcanum? And could the humans understand it? If it was known that humans could learn the star arcanum, then how could a dragon call them lesser beings?
You are lesser beings.
Maybe the humans of Zadia received gifts from the Star Touch elves without learning their arcanum. Then, when the humans of Alarion tried to learn the star arcanum, the Star Touch elves shunned them. Since Aaravos is telling this story, I'm certain there is important information he is not telling us.
My name would mean nothing to you.
Where are you?
I don't know.
Just as he has selectively revealed information to Viren and the audience. In the Season 1 opening, Aaravos failed to mention that the dragons imprisoned him for creating dark magic, a feat he now admits he's not too happy about. I know the patience of a prisoner. I have not seen the stars in centuries, but when I see them again, when the stars are forced to look upon me, their dark brother, they will know I have waited. And when everything they have built lies shattered, I will savor their fall from the sky. Aaravos compares his lesson of patience with the plight of humans against the stars, as the stars, he says, have no need of patience. The stars kept from them one secret still, that their first lesson, patience, was not a gift of the stars at all. You see, patience is a lesson the humans taught themselves. The stars, after all, have no interest in the lives of mortals. Thus, thematically setting up the dark magic as a way for humans to become like stars themselves.
Humans weren't born with magic. We were born with nothing, but we still found a way to do amazing things.
And do things without patience, taking shortcuts, and learning to be prideful in their own achievements.
It's a shortcut. We may not pay now, but we will pay the blood price eventually. What do you think got us here? Dark magic.
This has not ended well for any of the humans Aaravos has helped. Not that Aaravos seems to care. He has other plans, which he has been building in prison for a long time. A plan first to get revenge on the Dragon Kings who guarded his prison.
I'm delighted you took down that arrogant monster.
It sounds like you have a history with Avazendum.
Oh, I do.
Which we saw come to fruition in Season 3. Next, I gather, is to break out of his mirror prison, which the short story revealed was chosen as a place without stars.
You have found something worse than death.
The story also begins with showing shards of a broken mirror, indicating that Aaravos' escape is imminent, and when he's free, he will have a greater plan. Plan. It appears Aarvos' next step is to use Viren to ensnare Callum. This makes sense because Callum, as a human mage, is clearly more powerful than Viren.
Manus, Puma, Volantis.
And Callum has a soft spot for Claudia.
Yeah, beautiful.
Formerly, I had pegged Claudia as Aarvos' next mark. Aaravos had spoken fondly of her before.
You will need her soon.
Yet I don't see her in the story's chess set of doom lineup. Maybe Aaravos doesn't consider her worthy of being a piece on his board. It's actually refreshing to see a villain who is not an equal opportunity employer. Of course, anyone can be evil, but the trait of a villain is they are not a good person, so they can be sexist. Anyway, I'm sure Claudia will prove him wrong and show him just how great of a villainess she can be. She's clearly already killed one guy to bring her father back.
I survived the fall?
No. You didn't.
I'm sure she will do great and terrible things. I also note that Alarian is referred to as female, though she's a city, and Alarian's black-eyed child probably refers to her dark magic users. Black eyes generally accompany the use of dark magic, but the particular child of the poem might be the figure lying down in Aaravos' chess set. And he is lying down because he got flambéed by the then King of the Dragons. Next is Viren, who, in the teaser trailer, turns to stone as he reaches for the stars and cries. Then there is Callum. At first I wondered, what could Aaravos possibly have to entice Callum, who has firmly rejected dark magic?
My apologies, but a human cannot...
He has already overcome the idea that humans can't learn magic, so they turn to dark magic.
That's the great thing about dark magic. You just take creatures that are born with magic inside and squeeze it out of them.
Callum, we know, has already discovered sky magic.
I have it. I understand the sky arcanum.
He dances on the wind and amongst the lightning bolts, and we know he wants to learn more. Already he has the key of Aaravos, setting him on the quest to master all 6 types of magic.
It belonged to an elven wizard in Zadia, the Archmage Aaravos, a master of all 6 primal sources.
I'm guessing he'll learn Sunfire magic next for thematic reasons, and it gives Amaya's Season 3 arc extra significance. However, Callum sets out to learn all 6. The fact is that Aaravos is the only mage we know who has already accomplished this. And based on history, it might be believed that only Star-Touch elves can unlock all 6 arcanums because the stars are so aloof that no one else can learn from them. Aaravos has the boon of being a Star-Touch elf and born with the understanding of such things.
In Zadia, all creatures are born connected to a primal source.
As far as we know, he is the only Star-Touch elf still alive. Even if there were others, we know from history that they shunned the people of Alarian with whom they had good relations, just as we've seen elves shun Callum for wanting to learn magic in general.
Humans can't do magic.
But I did do magic.
So it is highly unlikely that Callum could find a Star-Touch elf willing to teach him, and he may have to learn it from Aaravos. But can we trust Aaravos to tell him the truth about the Star Arcanum? Aaravos gives us hints in these new releases about what the Star Arcanum is, and implies that patience is not a part of it, though humans believed it was. I don't trust Aaravos further than I can throw him, and neither should Callum. But these next seasons promise to unravel the mystery of Aaravos. So, what could possibly go wrong? 4 seasons worth of drama. That's what. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you would like to see more. Your patronage is greatly appreciated.